Big story this week was Disney denying that they ever had plans to remove the Country Bear Jamboree at the Magic Kingdom. Yes, it took them 2 weeks to respond, and they decided that the peak posting time would be 3:30 p.m. on a Friday. It also was 2 days after their vague Tiki Room denial.
Just like when the show starts.
Yeah, boy. Guys, the Inside Out emotions don't even have noses, and they could smell how fishy all of this was. I mean, they could if they weren't stationary statues on a nonsensical pier.
Nah.
That opened. Needless to say, most people don't believe WDW over the Walt Disney Company with technical problems like we have. I don't blame them. I mean, but really, who wants to live in a world where I'm right and the company that created their childhood is lying to them?
Not I.
Yeah.
Not I.
Well, I decided because of this we should take a stroll down memory lane because I'm having some deja vu, guys.
So am I. I feel like we did this before.
It's like I've lived this situation, not starting the show over, but it's like I've lived this situation with the Bears before. So let's go all the way back.
Huh.
We're going to reminisce, probably before Cameron was born, all the way back on December 13th, 2017. Oh, a day long.
I'm having a lot of deja vu right now because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we did this 10 minutes
On
ago.
that day, that was the day we announced that Stitch's Great Escape would close forever on January 6, 2018. You may recall that it had been in seasonal operation for some time. Now, Disney never went on to make this announcement, which led to a very confused crowd on the 6th at the final show, where cast did announce over the loudspeakers that it was the last show ever, while a very small crowd gathered full of those who believed it would be the end and some unfortunate tourists who had no idea what they had gotten in line for. Fast forward to January 9th, Disney reached out to other news outlets rather than talk to us, the sensible thing to do, to tell them that we had lied. Quote, on Tuesday, a Disney spokesperson told Spectrum News 13 that Stitch is still seasonal and that it would reopen. The spokesperson would not provide a specific date. I wonder why. All right, fast forward to October 2nd of 2018. Mind you, we are fast forwarding past months of people yelling at me every time I posted a story like, quote, just like when you said Stitch was closed. And quote, is this like when you said Stitch was closed forever? Anyway, that was when a little birdie told me that the attraction had already been torn apart and was gone. There's that story on October 2nd. And just as we had predicted, the show did not return. And we'll show you another image now. Yeah, that's not coming back. So Disney had, in fact, lied, and the attraction was dismantled pretty much right away. On October 10th, that picture you're looking at now of the animatronic leaked. And now, mind you, I am sure plans change. But this incident is very recent. We are talking less than a year ago. So pardon me if I don't believe the people in the PR department, as this is also the same company that told us there are no plans to remove the Tower of Terror at Disney California Adventure. There it is. 2 months later, by the way, they announced Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Whoops. Oops. Oh, look, there's some other things they announced. Oh, that theater. Remember that? They just quietly removed that from everything. They didn't even tell you guys they canceled that.
That was a fun one.
Oh, Eastern Gateway. Remember Eastern? Oh, the hotel. And then I think we have Eastern Gateway, too. I think, yeah, all that stuff. None of that happened. Let's also not forget another specific example I like to bring up. That time, Marty Sklar made a statement via letter to the press in April of 2008. Quote, now the rumors are swirling that we are ruining Walt's creation. I've heard we are planning to remove the rainforest, add Mickey and Minnie Mouse, create an Up With America tribute to effectively marginalize the Mary Blair style and Walt's classic. All not true. This was in regards to It's a Small World at Disneyland. By the way, It's a Small World at Disneyland reopened in 2009 with that shrunken rainforest and that America scene. So let's also remember that this is the same company that recently hid the fact that they were auctioning off Tower of Terror props from California Adventure through consignment with Van Eaton auctions as well. That also happened in the last couple of months. So let me say this. I have nothing to prove to anyone. If you choose to believe current management and the Parks blog because I'm a jerk, which admittedly is true, that's perfectly fine. But all these pieces come together real easy if you think about it for about 5 continuous seconds. Disney didn't want another D23 Expo 2017 where a fan site pre-announced everything. Bob Chapek saw those comments. He saw those emails. He saw those letters. He saw that hashtag. He saw that social movement coming for him. And if you have to choose keeping your job or removing an audio animatronic bear show, I don't know what decision you would make. I'm actually with Bob on this one. So if you could say sabotage who you believe to be your greatest enemy and save your behind, would you? I think it's a pretty easy decision when you make that kind of money. But then if we can think about this from someone else's point of view, let's say one Tom Corliss for a second. Let's think about this. You have conquered this community, become the most read Disney fan site in the country at the very least. You have amassed a giant social media following. You've visited every Disney theme park on Earth. You've seen probably every dream you had in this world come true by age 30. I don't know why you would produce rumors about an overlay of the Tiki Room, the demolition of the Land and Seas, and the closure of the Country Bears in the course of 3 weeks. Some might say for clicks, and I would say to that, for clicks I already have. So let's also remember, after the Tron situation in 2017, which I lived through, because that was also me, that if you're wrong about one of those, even half wrong about one of those, there is at least a stadium's worth of people who will publicly skewer you. You have been in that situation before. So why would you post these things and put yourself on that hot seat again? Why would you want to sit and sweat in that stupid convention center again on August 25th, worrying if they pulled the slide from the presentation just to spite you? Because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. By the way, I don't even get to do that this year. They've taken that away from me now. I don't get to have the Bears announced and then turn around and laugh at everybody. So another thing I want to, and we haven't talked about this. The road to that Country Bear and the Tiki Room stories was a long one. We knew for a very long time. And to give you an idea of how real they were on the annual operating plan for 2020. Not the 10-year plan. They were things that were budgeted and moving forward. So I don't even know if we've even stopped them forever, but they've at least been stopped for now. But we had those stories for months. We weighed our options, and there were 3 possible outcomes that we were aware of. And number 1 was if we ran it too early, we could save the Bears, but this sort of publicity stunt would be pulled, where someone would say it was never planned, we were never going to do it, those things. The other possibility was, like the last expo, we could have held the story till the Monday before and not really given them time to do anything about it. But then would we have had time to do anything about the Country Bears at that point? And I think, honestly, what happened is I thought about Great Movie Ride and how I look at that building every time I go to that park, and I hurt. And I hurt knowing it's gone and knowing that internally the replacement has already been deemed a flop and is being delayed so it can be rewritten as we speak. That's where we are. So a lot of people have tweeted at me saying you're a liar to claim that you have saved the Country Bear Jamboree. I never said I saved the Country Bear Jamboree. Did we publish the story that inspired people to save the Country Bear Jamboree? I believe that is what happened. And you know what? If you don't believe me, I don't really care. If you bring it up, I'm going to block you on social media. And you can have all your little celebratory circle in some chat room somewhere. But you know what's going to happen? I'm still going to be here. WDWNT isn't going anywhere. The site traffic is still where it was. So next time, I suggest you do better and get the job done next time. Anyway, I think I've made it clear over 12 years. This is my life. Disney World is my life. And I'm not going to sit back and watch some guy who marketed ketchup demolish the Country Bear Jamboree. That is where we are. If you contributed to the Save the Jamboree website, if you commented underneath that original post, thank you. You did it. You scared him. You scared him bad. And he knew we'd be coming for his job if he went through with it. So rest assured, you made a difference. No matter what some rushed Disney Parks blog piece tells you, you made a difference. And someday, we won't have to wait forever. Someday that art's going to leak, or somebody's going to get fired and get angry and put it out there. You're going to see the truth at some point. If we've learned anything from the Walt Disney Company, it doesn't stay buried forever. So this is the end of the conversation. The Country Bears are saved. The Tiki Room is saved. If we need to do it again down the line, we will. But that's the end of the story for me.